I'm Robert Scott, and I'm with Patrick Sweetland. He's the Director of Department of Water and Wastewater Resources here in the city of Daly City. And he's going to tell us about their plant and equipment maintenance flex-up training program. So Patrick, what is this program?
The program is intended to allow employees coming in as an entry-level maintenance worker to flex their way into a full-fledged journey-level mechanic.
I see.
And it kind of builds upon and mirrors the activity we've had on the operations side, where we had cross-training between water operators and wastewater operators. And it followed suit that within the organization, how can we bring in employees and basically create a career path for the employee.
Okay. So, what benefits have you guys derived from using this program?
Well, like a lot of us, we have the situation where a lot of long-tenured employees are retiring.
Okay.
And with that, they have a long-tenured knowledge and understanding, and as we mentioned, each of us who have come through this industry have been mentored and trained by others, because it's really kind of a pay-it-forward industry, in which people have taken us under their wings to teach us, and we wanted to take advantage of those long-tenured employees who were about to retire to take, bring in new employees, kind of a succession planning, bring them in as entry-level employees and teach them how to become good mechanics, good skills, good knowledge of how the system works, both on the water side and on the wastewater side.
Okay. So you mentioned that this is for your mechanics.
Yes, it is.
Was there a reason that the mechanics were chosen, not any of the other trades?
Well, the other trades are also chosen.
Okay.
So you can talk about that as well. We began with the operator side, and then from there it kind of filtered into other aspects within our water wastewater utility, where you could see a similar pathway. So with regard to the mechanical side of the equation, an employee can come in as a maintenance worker, and then as a maintenance worker not necessarily have that journey level experience. They may have some skills, some carpentry skills and some other types of skills and some kind of rudimentary mechanical skills, and then with the process of learning under the tutelage of a full-fledged journey level mechanic, learn the skills that are necessary, and then have an in-house exam that they pass, and then they can flex up within the organization without having to go back out and retest. The test itself is established within the organization and within kind of between the labor group as well as the management group, to say what are the critical functionalities that need to be demonstrated in order for an employee to flex up.
Okay. So how has this been a program that's been accepted pretty well?
It has been. It has been. Thank you. I think as we make that opportunity, knowing that it's difficult to go get journey level mechanics.
Yeah.
And so when we were out recruiting, we weren't finding mechanics that had the basic background in the wastewater or the water facilities. So we found a way. We needed to do something to bring individuals into the organization where they could then flex up. And so when they come in as an entry level, here's a career path that's demonstrated. The certifications for incentive and what's necessary to then flex up in the position. So we have individuals that have been trained. And we've been very successful. We've had individuals come through that have in fact flexed up, started as maintenance workers and are now full-fledged mechanics, and are now kind of mentoring newer employees who are the maintenance workers coming through the program.
Okay. How long does it take to flex up?
It depends. There's kind of a balance between the demonstrated skill set. I would say on average about a year, or so has been our experience.
Okay.
One of the first things, of course, is when you come in as an entry level is to get through your probationary. That's a year's time. But in the meantime, we're also concurrently giving them the experience necessary and the skill sets that can help them flex up. So it depends on the employee. You want to encourage them, and you want to help them along at their speed. So there's kind of a balance between the organizational needs and what the employee can deliver. So about a year or so is where they get the basics, and then there's 6 months or so to get themselves flexed up, because the incentive is to go from that entry level to the journey level.
Okay. I would imagine that where they come in at, in terms of how much experience they had prior, would play a part in how quickly they flex up as well.
That's a very good point. Yeah, that's a very good point. And as a result, we've been able to then bring in both at the entry level and then we can also then, the organization's been flexible enough as we recruit. We've had dual recruitments at both the journey level mechanic or the entry level, and see who's the best candidate to fill the need.
Okay. Any suggestions do you have for anyone that might be wanting to implement something like this?
I always work with your employee group. Whether it's a formal bargaining unit or informal bargaining unit, get their buy-in. Because there's a wealth of information there that they will help share and help devise something to be successful. I think that's kind of a critical first step for any organization looking to do this.
Okay. Sounds great, man. Well, there it is. This is the City of Daly City's Flex Up training program, and this is something that I think you might be interested in doing.